So puppeteering and Morphin. This is a test I've done a few times because I really enjoy it, and Morphin is fantastic for doing this kind of stuff. So if I turn on the rig, you can see um, this is all the bones that are going on. But more importantly, you can see that most of the motion is coming from the constraints. So if I pause the constraints of this button up here, turn that on. So I'm just pausing the constraints, and you can see that basically all the motion is coming from the hips. I'm just rotating the hips and a bit of keyframe animation on the jaw. So it's pretty cool. So what I've done is I have on the tail, I've put a spring constraint on this with I think high stiffness, reasonable amount of drag, and the chain length quite high, which gives it this nice like sort of slow laggy movement. I also put a bit of a similar spring onto the neck joint here. I think that had less drag on it, so it's a bit more snappy. Then I went and I keyframed the animation for the jaw. So if I look at the keys for rotation, you can see these are my keys. Just looks like that. But the main thing really was the puppeteering of the hips. So if I delete this animation, so now just back to this guy, it's just at the origin. I'm using the motion recorder here. So I'm just going to stop that for a sec. So when you tap it, it'll give you a 3-second countdown. Usually, if you want to escape out of the recording, you can tap it again and it'll go away. So to control that a little bit more, you've got controls over here under Advanced and then Bacon Recording. So you can set how many keys it'll try and store per second. So 15 is pretty accurate, and the length of the countdown. I did not use these guys too much. I don't really need it. It just works out of the box. So if I bring up the rotation controller, get to my first frame, and I tap record, that'll give me a countdown. I'll just grab the controller, and I'm just going to just wiggle this around so you can see what I'm doing with my pencil. Just moving it around, and then stop it. And then you can see it's put down all these keys. And if I hide the controller and play it back, it'll look a bit jerky at first because what it's done is if you look in the animation interpolation and turn on the tangents, they're all set to be horizontal. You can fix that by just going to this button here and hitting Compute Auto Tangents, which then cleans them up. So now you get this nice smooth motion. So that's really it. Puppeteering is really good fun. It's probably what I use Nomad most for. So yeah, enjoy.